The mounting excitement of the football season comes to a climax with the Super Bowl, a height matched by few other experiences in a player's life. This spectacle attracts the attention of hundreds of millions. Anyone who saw the Super Bowl championship game between the Washington Redskins and the Buffalo Bills will remember it as one of the most intensely played games ever. The league's best two teams displayed a maximum level of athletic excellence and spirited determination in a powerful struggle to reign as champions. This was a game that encompassed all the wonderful and exciting efforts of human skill and courage. Not many people in any profession can equal the degree of excellence Joe Gibbs has created during his career as head coach of the Redskins. He's the winningest coach in the history of the franchise.
The play that I've diagrammed is speed right juke pass. And the key to this pass is where we put a guy in motion, in this case Ricky Sanders. He comes across and there's actually a pick effect. Send Art Monk to the corner, Ricky in the flat, our quarterback Mark Rippon sprints out, and in this case we hit Art Monk. It's the one he scored a touchdown for us in the Super Bowl. But this controversial touchdown call was reviewed under the instant replay rule before it was reversed. This decision gave the Bills a second life. If we only had the instant replay for abortion, whereby we had a second chance to reconsider this terrible decision, I wonder how many babies could be saved. You know, it takes an unusual athlete to compete in a Super Bowl. Right now, I'd like you to meet a very special man who has been on the winning team in 4 of them. Can you imagine that? This is Matt Millen.
Thanks, Joe. As proud as I am of these 4 rings, there are 4 things I cherish more than anything in the world. I think my greatest achievement has been in conveying the gift of life to Matthew, Marcus, Michaelin, and Marianne, my 4 kids. The greatest gift is the gift of love. Can anyone say that abortion is performed out of love? I don't think so.
Now let's meet Howard Baylor, the Buffalo Bills' immovable force and protector of the quarterback, and Danny Copeland, safety, running back, and one of the Redskins' top special teams players.
Danny, the name of the game in football is power.
Sorry, Howard. The name of the game is speed.
Whatever, we both agree that even though each of us is different, we are both important.
People are important because they are human beings, not because of what they do. While desiring a high quality of life is valid, it is nothing compared to life itself. Don't make the terrible, irreversible mistake of abortion.
Choose life. It's a once-in-a-lifetime decision for your baby.
Here's one of the NFL's best safeties with the most interceptions on the active roster. A hitter who also excels at run support, Mark Kelso.
You know, if you happen to be in a crisis pregnancy right now, you're probably thinking, what right do these highly paid athletes have to preach to me? And you'd be partly right. But I want you to know that my wife Robin and I participate in a counseling program that helps young women in crisis pregnancies. I'd like you to meet Robin and a very dear friend of ours now.
Through the counseling process, we become very attached to each girl. We have experienced through them all the many pressures, though it's nothing like having been there yourself, I know. Through our counseling efforts, we've made many lasting friendships. One we're particularly fond of is Tammy.
Thanks, Robin. A couple of years ago, my life was at its lowest point. The lifestyle I was living was abruptly interrupted. I became pregnant. The father left. I had no money and no place to live, and I was at the end of my rope. I was sure the only way for me to start back was to have an abortion. Then, through a friend, I met Robin and Mark, 2 people with genuine concern for me and with true understanding of the crisis I was facing. After convincing me there were better ways to solve my problems than to have an abortion, they put me in contact with a place where I could live and have my baby. There, I received counseling, medical assistance, and financial aid. And best of all, through this organization, I was able to arrange the adoption of my baby by a loving couple. Please remember, there are people out there who care and places that can help you.
The Redskins' powerful All-Pro running back Ernest Biner.
Hi. Choices are good. We all like choices. To start a game, I want the right to choose heads or tails when the ref tosses the coin. But some choices are different from others. You never have the right to choose something evil like abortion, because abortion kills a living human being.
And now the Redskins' star linebacker and one of the league's most menacing pass rushers, Monty Coleman.
Some of the smaller things in life are the greatest joys we'll ever have. Every tiny aborted baby has a face, hands, eyes, gender, and a beating heart. If the preborn babes does not have life, why the intense battle over the fetal tissues?
The Bills are indeed fortunate to have this outstanding ace reliever, Frank Reich, and the exceptionally fast and talented wide receiver, Don Beebe.
You know, a team's quarterback has a lot of responsibility. The team depends on him when he's on the field. However, parents have the greatest responsibility of all. Sex is great, but only between people who are married to each other. It's an awesome thing to create a new life. Right, Don?
That's right, Frank. And in a game, not everything goes according to plan. It's easy to make excuses and quit. In order to win, you need to make adjustments. Many people don't plan on becoming parents, and some don't feel they can go through with it. But that is no reason to kill the child. There are millions of couples waiting to give a child a loving home. Adoption is a winning option.
His quickness and size make him a dominant force of defensive tackle for the Redskins, Tim Johnson.
Did you know that one of the earliest feminists, Susan B. Anthony, called abortion child murder and called for prevention, not merely punishment of the dreadful deed? What kind of choice are we offered by pro-abortionists? Between what and what? After all is said and done, the choice is simply this: to have a dead baby or a live baby, some choice.
The silent leader of the Buffalo Bills, who has played in more games than any other active member of the team, Jim Richer.
If you'd like to know more about the development of a baby in the womb, write Pro-Life Athletes for a pamphlet autographed by one of our members. There are no pictures of aborted babies, only pictures and facts about the baby's development in the womb. Can you believe we all looked like this at one time?
Now I'd like to introduce the Bills' record holder for receptions at tight end, Pete Metzelaars, and his wife, Barbara.
You may think we don't know where you're coming from, but we do. You see, we made this awful mistake 11 years ago. Don't let anyone mislead you into believing that abortion is an easy answer. We have regretted that choice every single day.
We'd give anything to make that decision over again. And even though we have found forgiveness in Christ, we ache each day for that little child. Although we were not ready for it then, I wish someone had told me what I'm telling you now. There's 3 important points that I feel, as a woman who's been through an abortion experience, I can share with you firsthand. First, the nurse at the abortion clinic is not required to tell you about the fetal development of your baby. When I went to the abortion clinic in Indianapolis, I was approximately 8 weeks pregnant. My baby had a beating heart and was really a person, but I didn't know that until much later because the people at the clinic didn't show me any pictures or didn't tell me about the fetal development of my baby. Second, the people at the abortion clinic will lie to you about whether the procedure is painful or not. It is very painful. They will tell you, oh, it's not a big deal and it'll be over with soon and you'll forget about it, but it is painful. The third and most important thing that I want to tell you is that the nurse at the abortion clinic won't be there to talk to you 4 years, 5 years, or 10 years down the road when you give birth to a wanted child. And all you can think about is, what would the other baby have been like? What would the other baby have looked like? Did my other baby have red hair or brown hair or blonde hair? Did my other baby have precious little hands and feet like this baby does? And the nurse at the abortion clinic won't be there to help you deal with that emotional upheaval that you'll go through, and you will go through it. All the abortion clinic people are interested in is taking your money. There are many options out there besides abortion, including adoption. Though pregnancy is a temporary inconvenience, it is the one I now wish I had chosen. It would be much easier for me to know that my child were out in the world with a loving family than to live with the memory of an abortion.
Despite the incredible pressure, there is a way out. There are people who will help, both before the baby is born and after. We're delighted that our teammates, Mark and Robin Kelso, do counseling, but that help could just as well come from somebody down the street.
The point is, Helping, caring people are there at the thousands of crisis pregnancy centers across the nation. There is one near you. They will provide medical care, a home if needed, financial help, whatever. There's even help transferring to another school or another job if that's needed. Whatever it takes to preserve the life of your baby. In the yellow pages under abortion alternatives, or perhaps under clinics, you'll find crisis pregnancy centers where there are people who will help.
We didn't know where to turn, but now you do.
One of our country's founding fathers and the author of the Bill of Rights, Thomas Jefferson, also said, "The care of human life and happiness, and not their destruction, is the first and only object of good government."